I'd like to welcome everyone to the Recreation and Cultural Services Committee, and I'm calling it to order at 6:31 on 5 March 2024. First order of business is roll call. Carolina, could you please do roll call? Here. Here. But we will proceed to the next item. Okay, the next thing on the agenda is a moment of silence and the Pledge of Allegiance. I'd ask everybody to stand, please, and the flag is off to the side. Okay, next thing on the agenda is swearing in our new commissioners. Thank you for being here. Okay, so I'm going to have each of you hold your right hand up. And you're going to repeat after me. I do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States, Constitution of the United States, and the Constitution of the State of California against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of California, that I take this obligation freely without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion, and that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties upon which I am about to enter. Thank you. This is for Tina Rosa. Thank you. Yes, you're going to sign right now. Thank you. Jay Singh. Thank you. And Rob Weiskirch. Thank you very much. And we're very excited to work with you, and we're excited that you're on our Recreation Commission. Thank you. I'm so excited. The first thing I want to do is have all of us get our pictures together with our new commission. Yeah, come up here. You can stick in here too, Bria. You're official. Okay. Safe forum. One more. Oh, sorry. Welcome. Congratulations. Okay, so you now join us up on the dais. Can we have a 5-minute intermission to reset the dice? I make a motion to take a 5-minute break to set up the dais. Is there a second? I second that. Let's do it.
Commissioners Tina Rosa. Jay Steen. Rob Weiskirch.
Present.
Vice Chair Mia Nguyen.
Present.
Chair Lisa Wright.
Present. We have a quorum. Okay, moving down the agenda, since the two people for special presentations are not here, we will move on to number 5. Special announcements. Do we have any special announcements?
We just have a couple of special announcements.
All right, Drea, let's do it.
So I'll have Carolina bring up the flyers real quick. Thank you. On Saturday, April 12th, the City of Marina is co-sponsoring the Earth Day event from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Our special events recreation specialist, Amanda, will host our booth. And there'll be fun activities. And you can also check out the Citizens for a Sustainable Marina for more information. And then the next announcement is on Saturday, the City of Marina is partnering with the Kiwanis Club and Marina Youth Arts to hold the annual Springtime Family Fun Day and Egg Hunt. The Egg Hunt is for ages 10 and under at the Rocky Hahn Community Center and Playground. The Kiwanis Club will provide breakfast. The Marina Youth Arts will host the art booth for basket decorating, and DJ John will be there to spin spring tunes. And that's all I have for the moment.
Thank you, Drea. Anybody else have any special announcements to add? Okay, moving on to number 6, communications from the floor. Do we have any communications from the floor? I skipped presentations because we don't have either of those two people here. Yes. So no
Is it okay if I just make one quick announcement? Okay. Even though the two individuals are not here, I'd still like to recognize them. Sheila Baker, an appreciation for serving on the Recreation and Cultural Services Commission from March 2021 to February 2025. Thank you, Sheila Baker. And then we'd also like to recognize Sean Adams, an appreciation for serving on the Recreation and Cultural Services Commission from March 2023 to February 2025. Thank you.
Thank you, Drea. And Carolina, do we have a way to make sure that they get those certificates?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So moving on to number 7, the consent agenda. So we have the minutes for 11 December 2024 and 8 January 2025. Do I have a motion for the minutes on the consent agenda to be approved as written?
I motion.
And since I was the one who was here with you, I'll second it. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say nay.
Motion passes with no one dissenting. Moving on to other action items, we are now going to receive an update on the All-Inclusive Playground Steering Committee, and Drea will be speaking to this.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so I'm sure we're all aware, but just to remind us, the City of Marina is building an all-inclusive playground inside Dunes Park. This all-inclusive playground is unique in that it is inspired by our youth and built by our community and will promote inclusion, accessibility, and community spirit, ensuring that every child can engage in outdoor play regardless of their abilities. So we are on schedule with our project. We have the design day coming up Monday, April 14th. Our anticipated reveal day for the playground is around August 20th. And our anticipated construction start timeframe will be about February 25th of 2026. So for this project and the community build, the timeframe for the build portion is about 15 days. And during that time, we will need about over 1,000 volunteers to help build and provide meals and childcare for each day of the community build. So I'm going to just go over the April 14th design day schedule. In the morning, the design team and design ambassadors will solicit playground design ideas from about 1,500 students at Marina Vista, Olson, and J.C. Crumpton elementary schools. The students will be encouraged to draw their dream playground, which will then inspire the Leathers and Associates design artist. Then in the evening, for our celebration event at about 6:30, the design artist will draw in front of the public, offering a unique opportunity for the audience to witness the creative process of this playground build firsthand. So throughout this project, our steering committee of volunteer community members, local experts, and stakeholders will work together to guide the project. While we currently have 10 members on our steering committee, we are still in need of the following positions: fundraising chair, fundraising co-chair, children's co-chair, childcare co-chair, and the materials co-chair. The steering committee had our first meeting on February 25th, and we will continue to meet the last Tuesday of each month until the community build starts. If anyone has any questions about the community build or the steering committee, you can reach out to our director, Andrea Willer. That's it for the inclusive playground.
Thank you, Drea. Does anybody on the floor have any questions or comments about the all-inclusive playground? This is really a mouthful to say. All-inclusive playground steering committee.
I do.
Okay, when we get to the, right now I'm opening up to the floor. And as soon as we get done with that, then we call in. So nobody from the floor has anything to say? Do any commissioners have questions or comments?
I do.
Okay, Rosa?
What is the difference between children co-chair and child care co-chair?
That's a good question. So there's two different types of positions. So childcare will be where the child care chairperson, gathers the volunteers to babysit the children while the build is going on. And then the other position, the children's co-chair. The children's co-chair works a lot with the students that are creating the designs for the actual community build. So I think they're also interconnected, so that the child care co-chair will also work with the children's co-chair.
Okay.
Any other commissioners with questions or comments?
Can you just read the date again on the, where you need about 1,000 volunteers on the build phase?
So that is for our community build. So that time frame is going to be a tentative start date of about February 25th, and it's going to be about a 15-day community build. We're hoping that we can get it done within that time frame, but we will need over 1,000 volunteers for that time frame. We will also need volunteers throughout this project, and you can follow our steering committee if you'd like to volunteer or promote volunteers, but definitely over 1,000 for the actual build.
Any other commissioners? Okay, I would also like to add an invitation to volunteer on Design Day. And could you repeat the time frame for that volunteer commitment for the 14th?
So it's going to be in, so there's two pieces. There's the piece where the steering committee and the design ambassadors will be going to the schools, and we're going to be presenting this playground concept build to the students. We're going to be going into the different various classrooms for about 15 minutes each classroom, and just asking them, what does your dream playground look like? And giving them the opportunity to draw the playground that they would like to see. So that's the first part in the morning. I don't have a time frame just yet, so tentatively between 9 a.m. and 2 p.m., somewhere around there. So it'll be the steering committee will find the volunteers, and some of us on the steering committee will be part of going to the schools and presenting and receiving feedback from all of the youth.
So that's the invitation I want to put out to you is if you're not working that day.
If you're not working that day, it's a Monday.
It's a Monday. We need volunteers to go to the schools. They will train you and talk you through it before you go and do it. And then we will come back in the evening and do the evening
Then
part.
we'll
So
come back in the evening.
if you have any questions,
And-
you can, yeah, go ahead, Drea.
Oh, sorry. In the evening, about 6:30 p.m., that's when the public and all of the volunteers and the community and the youth can come to watch as the designer creates a design based on the children's drawings. So they can also be able to see in real time what that process is like.
It's going to be a
creating
party.
it. Yes.
Okay.
Where is the evening program going to take place?
That's a very good question. It is, thank you, at the Rocky Hahn Community Center, right across over here. Our steering committee meetings are at Vince DiMaggio, so my brain needs to separate that. I apologize.
And
At
then
the
I have a
Rocky-
second question. You said that you need another fundraising committee member. What's the fundraising goal, and will the fundraising add to the budget, or is that the build contingent on raising a certain amount of funds?
I appreciate your excellent questions. So those are the types of questions that I think would be best to email Dr. Andrea Willer, and she's going to be able to answer those.
Okay, anybody on the commission still have any questions, comments? All right, then we will close comments for the all-inclusive playground steering committee update and move on to, Drea, you're doing the next one too, right?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
to the, you will be providing staff direction. Oh, the commission will provide staff direction for the Recreation and Cultural Service Committee retreat dates and topics. So we will be selecting a date for our retreat and voice the kind of things we want to do at this retreat for our next year.
So we have 4 dates that we have in mind. The first is April 26th. Second is May 3rd. Then May 10th or May 17th. And this retreat's it's about a couple of hours long.
I would just like to comment that the April 26th, that is the same date as the design, what do I call it? The design engage something or other.
So
Well, there's the 14th, the 26th and the 29th, but the 26th, they're asking no staff to be on it.
so that's one of the, okay, so is that one of the meetings that have already been established for the steering committee?
I believe so.
Okay.
So,
So
what were the
is-
dates again, Drea?
So April 26th, May 3rd, May 10th, and May 17th.
Okay, looking at these dates, is there any that are best and worst for the people on the commission, for those of us on the commission?
I think maybe we can look at another April date. Because I think, you know, the sooner the better. So because that way we can get directions going forward.
Okay.
So if you can provide another date in April, that would work. Alternatively, the May 3rd one would work for me.
Just a comment on the April, Mia, is Earth Day is the second weekend, Easter is the third weekend. And yeah, so I think April
That's why
just
we
kind of,
chose April
just-
26th.
yeah, I
Yeah.
think it kind of got beat out.
Good point. I think in that case, May 3rd would probably be the earliest. The only thing is, how about you all? No,
I'm
not
out of
with
town
it.
on May 3rd. May 17th is CSUMB graduation.
Okay.
So how does May 10th sound to you? Okay, May 10th. And Jay? I think we have enough to make a decision, don't we?
I
So
believe
do
we
I have
do.
to, do we have to make a motion for that, Carolina, or do we just say that's the date we chose? Okay, so could you put down May 10th?
Okay, so May 10th will be the Recreation and Cultural Services retreat date. And we'll follow up with the time.
Okay, and is there going to be a briefing to us, or are we just going to talk about what we want to have going on at that retreat? I could use some direction because this is the first time I've ever
Sure.
experienced anything like this.
So the topics for the retreat can be discussed and approved at the retreat. Meaning the topics that we're going to discuss them at the retreat for the plans for the upcoming year.
Okay, is that how the city council does retreats too? Is that normal? Because I feel like we should know this stuff before going in, so we have time to like think about it and research it and know what we want, or is that?
Okay. Okay.
Okay,
So I'll circle back with Andrea and then we'll make
okay,
sure that we.
and
follow
I
through with
think,
that.
I think we have another Recreation and Cultural Services meeting before we have that retreat, so we could go with that and say, think about what you want to talk about at the retreat and discuss, and then at the next Recreation and Cultural Services meeting on May 7th, have those ideas to bring forward so that we can give direction on what we want that meeting to be like. Does anybody here have any other comments on the commission about the retreat? Questions, comments?
No, you just mentioned this is the first time that there will be a retreat like this for this group, or
For
this
this
is something
group.
that's a common practice.
Yeah, it's for this group.
I'm sorry, have there been retreats in the past for the commission? So this is like a common practice.
I'm pretty new to the city of Marina.
all new.
I've been here since November.
Okay, cool.
Carolina, first one.
Okay.
I think it was probably something that, Andrea, or not, yeah, Andrea, I get confused sometimes. Andrea and I talked about this because, there's so much going on under the Recreation and Cultural Service Commission's like umbrella. And I felt like it would be a good idea, once we got the new commission on board, for us to meet and get together and kind of get to know each other and to kind of decide what our priorities are, what we really want to make a difference in the most over the next year, and what kind of things we want to look at. And so that's kind of my thought pattern for the retreat, but I'm open to suggestions on what you want to see at a retreat. But the idea is to kind of plan out our year in a kind of open way so that we actually have a thoughtful way to move forward as a commission.
Thank you.
Any other comments or questions? Okay, so let's see, moving forward to number 9. So now we open up for commissioners to make comments and reports that are outside of things that are on the agenda. So if you guys have any comments or thoughts? Nope, okay. Moving on. Oh, wow, that was quick. Go ahead, Carolina.
I don't think we've ever get communications from the floor and they keep Coco out there.
I did ask for communications from the floor.
I don't have to ask. So do you plan to keep
Okay,
Yeah, I think Tina wants us to.
yeah, go for it.
Marina Youth Arts is celebrating its 20th year here in Marina. We will be holding our 10th annual tea party on April 5th. We still have some seats open. Tickets are $45. We would love for all of you guys to attend if you would like. And our theme this year is Mean Girls. It is co-aligning with our play we are doing on April 26th at Los Alamos with our drama club. Does anybody have any questions regarding it? Thank you.
Thank you, Tina. All good? Okay, so moving on to item number 10. Is there any other business that we need to add to tonight's agenda? Okay,
Don't believe so.
I want to thank everyone for being here. Our next meeting is going to be May 5th, 2025, same time, same place. If there are no objections, we will now adjourn the meeting. Okay, hearing no objections, this meeting is now adjourned at 6:57.